Hey my friend, what's going on? Kato here on a beautiful day, my friend. So I decided to make this video, a training video for you guys today. Not really a training. I want to talk about some key point that you're going to need in building your business, some process that your business has to go through, whatever that you're doing in life, whether that's a business or anything, some process that it has to go through. This stuff that I'm gonna be talking about today is from experience, guys. It's stuff that I've went through myself to be where we are today. So if you're watching this video, I invite you to take some notes. I invite you understanding the key point, the process for you to build a business, for you to build anything that you're trying to build, to get it to the maximum level, the highest level that you can get it through. There's a process that is gonna go through, right? It's a beautiful day. Matter of fact, the time is changing. I usually go in this time for my morning run. In the morning, I usually get up in the morning, get excited for the day, go for a morning run, get my blood pumped up. But this morning, I kind of come out and, it's actually, the sun is rising up right now, but it would usually be up by now, But time is changing. We're in October, so I think the hour will flip. We're gonna be an hour behind from then. We'll see how that turns out. But anyway, guys, let's get back into what I want to talk about today, right? Being able to build a business. There's a process that you're gonna go through, right? In the beginning, right, the first process that you go through when you're building a business or something that is sustainable long term, you can see your future of building yourself, is desperation. If you're building a business, guys, we all got started because we was desperate. I know for myself, the reason that I got started into online marketing, the reason that I got started to become an entrepreneur, it's because I was desperate. I was desperate to work for myself. I was desperate to spend time with my family. I was desperate because my wife lost her job, and we was looking on Craigslist, and we found this ad that says work from home, and we can actually work online. We didn't even know. You might be watching this video and it's the same thing for you, right? You're so desperate that you would, if you find something that truly works, and you start building your business there, right? So you got started and you want to make the money. That's why you got started. That's how I got started. But the main key, guys, you cannot build your business out of desperation, right? It's okay to get started from desperation. It's okay that if you don't make a sale, you're not gonna pay your bill, you're not gonna be able to pay your light, you're not gonna be able to pay for your car note, whatever the case is, your rent. But you cannot be on the internet telling people, hey, you know what? Or you cannot be, however you're building it, whether that's offline, you cannot be in front of people and tell them, hey, if you don't buy my product, if you don't buy into what I'm selling, I'm not gonna be able to pay my rent, right? You cannot appear so desperate for it, because people don't want to do business with people that are desperate, right? They want to do business with people that has a plan, that has a dream, that has a goal, that has somewhere they are going, and that's providing a value that they are looking for, right? Not from your desperation. People don't go buy Apple computer because they know that, Steve Jobs already passed away, or his family or anybody, needs the money to pay their rent, right? They buy it because of the product. They buy it because they feel like, man, what they are buying is one of the best quality product. Well, that's how you want to present yourself out there. When you're starting a business, you want to learn what you're doing, you want to learn your information, and you want to present yourself out there as a product that is needed, because at the end of the day, you are the product, my friend. So in the beginning, it's okay to get started out of desperation, but it's not okay to build out of desperation. See, 95% of people stay in that category. They never get to the next step, which we're gonna talk about, guys. And the next step, my friend, for you to build your business, right, is through experience. See, 95% of people don't get to that step. Experience, right? Experience is gonna come when you start going through the process. You gotta do the experience, right? You gotta go through the process. If you want to build your business online, you want to get exposure, you gotta go to the process of making videos, maybe something like this one, getting more exposure, getting traffic, get your offer in front of a lot of people, get yourself in front of a lot of people. If you're a blogger, if you want to be an internet marketer, you want to be the guru, well, you want to be teaching people, that's going to require experience, right? That's going to require experience for you to understand what you're doing. Because if you're building something, right, if you're building something, the best way to get better at it is to have the experience, right? There was one mentor of mine, one person says that, yeah, the best way for you to predict the future is to create it. The best way for you to create the future, to predict the future, the best way to predict the future is for you to create it. So when you can go out there and create your experience, my friend, you're gonna have the future that you are looking for, right? It's from experience through blogging, experience through making videos, experience through whatever the case might be, right? But you need that specific experience. All right, guys, the next step is actually guidance. See, when you move from experience, now you have an understanding of what you're doing. You understand how to drive traffic. You understand how to blog. You understand how to get people in front of your offer. You understand how to get exposure, right? Now, what you need is guidance. See, guidance is so important. It's better to have someone teaching you what they know instead of you trying to figure it out on your own, right? You got to go through the experience, which is good. When you go through the experience, you start building yourself, you start building confidence. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, you need to have mentor. You need to be surrounded with people that are doing what you're doing. Guess what? When 2 or 3 gets together, something powerful happens. It says that in the Bible. But when you can actually get guidance from people who's been where you want to be, right? Getting a coach, a mentor. I believe in paying someone for their skill set, for their coach, for their coaching ability to help you understand, what you need to understand. It can be crazy. You can go out there and find out how to do everything by yourself, but the time is gonna take you. The time is gonna require you to go to the experience. It's better to go to someone that has the results that you want and ask them, how did you get those results? If I have to pay for them results, it's gonna cut my time, and you can go straight up to the process and teach me exactly what I want to know. What do you think makes a better sense, right? You go into the person and ask them, hey, teach me exactly what you're doing. And that's where guidance comes into play. That's where going to events and mastermind. We was actually in Orlando last weekend, and I had the chance to mastermind with a couple of people who's making over 7 figures in their business. Yeah, you hear me, 7 figure. They have a 7-figure business using the internet from home. Now, what do you think happened when you get around, surround yourself with these people, and they start sharing certain knowledge? They start sharing certain things that they went through, the stuff that they put together to establish this type of income. So you start piggybacking over the stuff that they are sharing with you, and you can go out there and build your own success, right? Or if you get someone on the phone, it was crazy what I was learning. If you've been online in my field, you always hear the whole thing about building a buyer's list, or the money's in the list, stuff like that. But until I went to that event, until I went to that mastermind, I should say, I never knew anything about a master's list, right? And for some of you that's watching this video, you probably don't know what's a master's list neither, right? I probably will not tell you what it is neither, right? But we was talking about a master's list, and when you have that, how's that so crazily much more powerful than a buyer's list, than than creating a list yourself. Whatever that you're doing, you want to become the best at it. And the way for you to become the best at it is to be coached by the best, is to get around the people who are best at it and they can teach you. Then, my friend, when you have the guidance, you could take it to the whole next level. You can take it to a whole new level. Someone taught me a skill set, right? They taught it to me, and I started doing it. They were best at what they were doing, right? They were best at it. So I started learning. From learning this skill set, right? From learning this skill set, I was able to invent my own skill set out of it. That took things to a whole other level. See, the thing with having a mentor, it does not stop you from develop your abilities, right? It does not stop you from taking it to a whole new level. You just need to have the right track. And once you have the track, guess what? You can even make your track a lot wider if you choose to, right? You can make your track a lot faster if you choose to. If you find a catalyst, if you find something that's going to get you to where you try to get to a lot faster, well, that is up to you, right? But you got to go to the process of finding a mentor that has the results that you want. Then you built from guidance, right? So you went from desperation. See, 95% of people are not succeeding. Why? Because they never move from that desperation status, right? They keep building from desperation. So what they trying to do is they move from this thing to the next thing, trying to figure out if this thing is gonna work. They move from the next thing because they're so desperate to make the income. They move from the next thing, they're so desperate to get the success they're looking for, thinking that it is the thing that's gonna give them the success they're looking for. But in reality, it is the process. So if you're not willing to go through the process, you will not get the success that you're looking for, right? It's just that simple, just like everything in life, guys. You gotta go through these process. So they doesn't move. The 95% of people stay in the desperation stage, right? Where they get started. They never move through the experience because they feel like, man, it's too hard for me to experiment with all these things. It's too hard for me to learn the process. You know, it's too hard, or they quit. But if you move to the next step, you go to experience. Now you got to move to guidance. Surround yourself with the people that has what you want. Now when you have guidance, now there is the next step that you can move to, which is expert. You become an expert. Now when you get guidance into something, you know what you're doing, you become an expert at what you do. Now people, when you become an expert at what you do, guys, this is what happened. When they say your name, your craft comes up. You become such a powerful blogger. When they say blogging, your name comes up with your craft, right? You become such a powerful video marketer. When they say video marketing, your name comes up with your craft. When they say inspirational speaking, guess what happened? Your name comes up with your craft. You know, automatically I say inspirational speaking, or, you know, what should I say? You're thinking about Tony Robbins, right? You're thinking about these big names. You're thinking about Frank Kern when you talk about marketing and you know, and teaching and different stuff. So once you say these things, your name comes up. That's when you truly master something, right? When you do it over and over and over again, you master it, right? Someone say repetition is the mother of all skills. Whatever that you do over and over and over again, you get better. You refine your skill set. Your skill set gets so much better. You could do it a lot quicker. You could do it a lot better than someone who's gonna do it for the first time, right? It's like a bodybuilder, right? If they go into the gym, they can start pushing weight. They can start doing things that a regular person, if you go in there, is gonna take you a little while before you change your body, right? Before you change yourself. There was a friend of mine, he's a bodybuilder. He's been building his body for the last 7 or 8 years. So I went to him, I told him, hey, if I want to look like you right now, the way that you look, what would I have to do? And he said, Kater, you would have to do this thing for the next 90 days before you can start seeing results. Now, it's not saying that you wouldn't have results, but before you can start seeing results with your eyes, you will need to do it for 90 days, not concentrating on the end results, but concentrating on the work. This is what happens to most people. We concentrate on the end results, which is money, vacation, freedom. Maybe that's leaving your job. Maybe that's spending the time with your family. In the beginning, you cannot concentrate on the end results. You got to concentrate on the process. Someone said, marry the process and divorce the results. Marry the process and divorce the results. So you gotta marry the process. You gotta go through the process. You gotta go through the experience. You gotta go from desperation through your experience to guidance to expert. Because you do it so many times, you become an expert. People start looking for you for guidance. They know you got the goods. They know you understand your craft. They know you have what they want, and they are willing to pay you for it. You know, I was shocked on the first time that someone was willing to pay me for what I know. And the craziest thing right now is that you have something. If you go through the process of experience, you go through the process of desperation, you go through the process of guidance, guess what? You have something inside of you that people want, right? Then that's where mastering, which is the next step we're gonna talk about, right? When you master, you become a master at what you do, you totally understand it ins and out. You could do it while you sleep, or you could explain it to people. Now you can start coaching people and start charging them whatever that you want for your skill set. Now you start having other people following into your footstep, following after your example of what you've done. Guys, let me tell you a story real quick, right? When I created my first product on the internet, my first ever product that people bought from me, it was actually on my blog, and people came to me and say, hey Kater, I see that you have this pretty cool product. I'm getting a lot of results from it. and people was asking me questions every single day. It was a skill set that I developed into getting traffic, getting leads, getting your offer found, getting a lot of people in front of your offer daily. So people started to come up to me and say, hey Cater, I really need this stuff. Do you have more training? I would pay you for it. Then that rang a bell and say, whoa, I have something here that people needs, right? And I told this guy, well, I'm gonna charge you $97, you know, for me to actually give you extra courses. So I put a course together and he sent me $97 through PayPal, and that opened my eyes. Boom, it's like, whoa, once you know something, people will pay you for it. Then I did that to another girl the next day. Then it was daily. I was making those sales and people wanted what I have. It's like, oh my God, you know. So once you master a skill set, now people will actually be willing to take money that they work really hard for, their hard-earned money, and pay you for your skill set because it is needed in the marketplace, whatever that skill set that you developed is, right? Because your name starts to come up with your craft, right? Whatever that you're gonna be doing, guys, you gotta do it now. Right? You gotta do it now. Don't say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna work on that skill set when I'm 30. I'm gonna work on that skill set when I'm 50. Guys, 20 years from now, you will regret it more on the action that you did not take than on the action that you took, right? 20 years from now, you will be more, you will be more disappointed with the things that you did not do than the things that you did, right? 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed with the things that you did not do, I promise you. So if you have the chance to develop your skill set and get other people to pay you for it, do it, man. Do it, ladies. Do it, whatever the case is. If you're watching this video, you gotta refine who you are. You gotta refine your skill set and have the best understanding of what you do. Then people will start paying you for it. Last night I was on a webinar teaching people how to print money. You know, one of my mentor, Larry Beecham, he's been in this industry for a little while. He hosted a webinar for my team and everybody that was on it. We was talking about the print money, how to print money out of your own skill set. And it all takes this process that I just taught you in the last 5 steps, you know, which is building out desperation. You get started into something because you truly want it. I don't know what's your passion. I don't know what's your reason, but I know if it's in my field, most people get started into online marketing because they want to have more money, more time, more freedom, more time with their family, and the ability to quit their job, go on vacation and have fun, and still have money pouring in their bank account. Right? That's why most people got started in what I do, which is desperation, right? We all get started there because we desperately want to leave our job. We desperately want to spend time with our kids, with our family, right? But you got to move through experience. You got to move to the next step, which is experience, and the next step, which is guidance, and the next step, which is expertise, and the next step, which is mastering. You know, I give you 5 steps here that you can go and crush out anything in life if you follow this process. So we was really teaching people how to be able to print their own money, how to be able to print it out of yourself. You are all that you need at the end of the day, right? You don't need a system. You don't need a program. Once you understand that, you start growing your value. At the end of the day, you are worth everything, right? You worth it all, right? You worth it all. One example I usually give to people, just think about it right now. Let's say someone like Mark Zuckerberg was to say, you know what? I'm going to quit Facebook. I'm going to stop this whole company. I'm going to shut it down, and I'm going to go in hiding for the next 2 years. No one is going to hear from me, right? So he did that. He goes in hiding, you know, maybe sold Facebook, whatever the case is. He's done with this whole industry, and he's done for it, right? And he went in hiding for the next 2 years. No one heard of him, whatever the case is. Do you think that even if he was to lose all his money, sold the company, I don't know, wasted it all, whatever the case could be, right? Or lost it all, whatever the case is. Do you think if Mark Zuckerberg came back and he said, man, I'm going to create something a lot bigger than Facebook. I'm going to make it 10 times better. I'm going to make it 10 times bigger. And we're going to have 10 to 20 times more results. Who's ready to invest with me? Do you think he would find investors? Exactly. You would have people lining from New York to California, investors. I probably would have been one of those because I've seen what he's done. See, the value that you become in the marketplace, the person that you become in the marketplace, that, my friend, represent you at the end of the day. See, when you can bring your skill set to that level, my friend, you go to that process, you will take yourself to the next level. So with all this thing that I've just said in this video, yeah, if you find anything of value that you can implement inside of your business, your life, whatever that you're doing, I want you to leave a comment below. Let me know how you feel. Get connected with me. I did this video for you early morning, going for my morning run. We're just thinking about you guys. I believe in you. I know you can do whatever you set your mind to. It's just a time of you taking action to make it happen. That was Cater. I look forward to seeing you guys later.